come closer just for a sec, because I'm going to whisper this one. Have you done a personality assessment? DISC, Salve-Meyer, Enneagram, StrengthsFinder. I mean, there's so many that are out there. You've probably done one. Predictive Index. Okay, so under StrengthsFinder, I am identified as an achiever and a maximizer in my top 5 signature themes. So what that can mean is when I get up and start my day, it is go, 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 and until I get everything on the to-do list accomplished. And the to-do list sometimes doesn't even start from yesterday's stuff that was put on a list. It is stuff that comes at me throughout the day and I put it on the list, or I finished something and it wasn't on the list. So I put it on the list and then I hit that check mark. And the reason why I want to bring this up is because we can get so stuck in a personality assessment saying we are a thing. And so then we end up being and doing that thing, and sometimes to our detriment. Because man, if you have a personality trait that is anything like this, we like to try and stuff a lot of stuff into our day. Just put your foot on the gas pedal and let's see how much can get done. And then oftentimes a lot of our worthiness, our self-regard, is related to the check marks on that list. Now, do we get to the end of the day always feeling fulfilled? Maybe, but maybe not. So what do we do about that? Well, one of the things that we can be doing about that under this scope of emotional intelligence is, first of all, paying attention to what are the things I'm putting on my list? Are they meaningful to me? Because if they are and I'm completing them, then in all likelihood, I'm reaching some fulfillment, feelings of wellness. But if the stuff on the list isn't meaningful to me, I reach the end of the day and I still feel unfulfilled. How do we figure that out? Well, we have to create some space for contemplation. And when you give yourself time for contemplation, first, it's going to feel like a forced slowdown. Quiet, silence, stillness, presence, space. Second, when we give ourselves that space, time, stillness, quiet, that can snowball into a feeling. And this is perfect. Because in emotional intelligence, we need to feel. We have to give ourselves that permission, allowance to do so. Connect to our bodies and finally take a moment to acknowledge how we're doing, not what we're doing, how are we doing? And this can grow the snowball even bigger into objectivity, catching our biases that are fueling our emotions. Instead of turning on our IQ, turning on our objectivity and reality testing, challenging perhaps a narrow perspective or a belief, opening our minds. And when we do that process, we can often land in a space that is much more grounded to who we truly are, to have the opportunity to look at the journey, the path, the experience that we've been in, and find some useful lesson in getting to know ourselves, even if what we're discovering is things that aren't meaningful to us. Because even if we sort of discover, well, this isn't meaningful, but what actually is, if we can claw through the garbage, we're getting closer to the what is. And then we can start putting on our to-do list the stuff that is really meaningful to us. And along the way, we're consistently using the foundation of those emotional intelligence skills to create the space for contemplation and the objectivity of tapping into our feelings and our experiences to learn more about ourselves.